Hi, welcome back to Gammy's Gone Gray. Yes, she has. She's gone gray. Woohoo! I've got a little project, and I'm going to start showing you right now, and then I'll come back with the finished product. I am going to attempt to make a boho wall hanging. So, what you're going to need is yarn. Now, forgive me, I'm leaving you again. I do this all the time, don't I? You're like, could you please get your act together before you join us? I had bought, and I love this, I will do something with this, believe me. Bought the Dollar Tree mop heads, took them all apart, and found that the strings are just my laundry, the dryer's done. Doesn't it play a cute little tune for us? Anyway, found that the strings are too short. I needed literally double this length. So that went out the door. Not using those for this project. So Dollar Tree now sells yarn. Hallelujah. So I bought a plunger, Dollar Tree plunger, took the top off. Now you can cut this ridged part off. I don't need to because I'm going to twine over each end for my hanging. Next thing you're going to do, and forgive the way I'm doing this, is I wanted it to be approximately this long once I'm done. So you have to do double that length. And what I found was I just found this scrap piece of cardboard that I paint on all the time. And I am taking my yarn, and I'm going to leave the shot again. And I'm going around 14 times. Oh, one. And a, oop. And a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 5, and a 6. And I know that you'd rather me be saying 8 and 9 and 10. Talk about anything else. 11, 12, 13, 14. About 14 times. 14, not about, 14 times. Want to be consistent. Then I cut the very end off. Which then leaves me with these long strands. I take my stick and I put them around the stick once, just once. Now there's two different ways of doing this. But if I did the knot, which I did with when I was making those, the little snowman hats, it would take up more of the length of this. So put them over, and then also purchased these clear little bands from the Dollar Tree. They're in the hair care section. And I am rubber banding right here. Twice I go through it. Getting the idea? Now I will come back on to show you what I will be doing next. I may be adding beads to this. I don't know. I will do I have a Dollar Tree thrift store haul coming up. I went and did some shopping again yesterday, and I was very delighted with one of the finds I found at the thrift store, and I've got a big project to do with that. So I will continue on until I come to the end, and then we will work on this part, okay? I will be back. Hi. Okay, so I'm back. Let me give you the finished product. Ta-da! The bottom needs to be trimmed up a little bit better, but there it is. Can you see it? Okay, so Lainey, how did you achieve this? Again, I'm going to go through this as quickly as possible because I've tried to tape this 3 times and I keep screwing up with my camera. So to achieve this, again, you need a plunger. Oh, exactly what I didn't want to happen is happening. Hold on. Got to move the camera over because I got another project. Okay, so plunger. Just use the stick. This is the Dollar Tree nautical rope that I just literally unraveled and used 1 strand of it. This is the white yarn I got from the Dollar Tree and the clear rubber bands that I got from the Dollar Tree. I tied a knot at each end and then simply put a couple drops of super glue on those knots so they wouldn't unravel. Then I showed you how I cut these strands. Did I measure them? No, I did not measure them, so measure them yourself. Wrapped it around, and then I showed you how I put 1 line of rubber bands. Then for the second band, I took one up, and did a second row of rubber bands. Then for the third row, I took one up, and I did a third row of rubber bands. And I continued on doing that with each row until I ended up with the last row, which was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rubber bands. That gave me this V shape. Okay, you could cut these into a V. I don't like that look. This is very boho, by the way, and not my style. I like boho, but I'm really doing the farmhouse effects. So, you know, this is just a trial and error kind of thing. And I'm so sorry that I'm not more professional about this, but I really don't know what I'm doing. My girlfriends, if you're watching, guys, I can't wait for us to get together again. I just had to make sure I was recording. So this is one of the projects we could do. You could use different colored yarn. You could do a different pattern. I would stain the rod, the wooden rod the next time if I was to do it. But for 1 day project, I love how it turned out. I think it turns out really, really cool. So that's my boho wall hanging. Lainey, why can't you just do step by step? Because I don't know how to. Sorry. So my next thing that I'm working on, and this is very exciting for me because I've been looking for a wooden Lazy Susan, a large one that would go in the middle of my dining room table. And, you know, I found the 12-inch, 16-inch. I think this is like probably, I'm not measuring, 24 inches? I don't know. Let me try to show you without screwing up the camera too bad. There it is. That's how big it is. My Lazy Susan. Yes, got it at Goodwill for $5. I almost did a jig in the store when I found it. I like doing jigs in the store when I find things. People look at me like I'm crazy, but I don't really care. So, and you probably saw beads laying out. So my idea is, as we speak, where's the end of this? There it is. I am stringing beads that I got from Amazon, and they were, I think, a bag of 100 with different sizes. I'm using 2 different sizes, and I'm stringing a smaller one, a larger one, smaller one, a larger one, stringing all the ones that I had in the bag, which were, I think, about 49, believe it or not, 49, not 50. I think they were 49 of each of those 2 sizes. And then after I string them all around, I am going to glue them to this little rim, this little ridge that you see. You see that little ridge right here? They're going to fit in there perfect. And then I'm going to paint, distress, and decoupage. No, that's another project. Sorry. going to do something in the middle. Maybe get some lettering, write something. I don't know, but right now I'm working on the beads, and then the painting will be next. This little baby that I found also that originally came from Target, the dollar stop, it was $5 for Christmas. I got it at Goodwill for $3, and it was $5. I will also be painting this. This is where I'm going to decoupage, and it will sit up on its side on my fireplace, on the mantle. But right now it's holding all my beads. So anyway, just want to show you the end result of the hobo wall hanging, which I think turned out pretty cool. Don't you? Do you think it turned out pretty cool? I think it turned out pretty cool. What the heck? Anyway, trying to just be silly. So if you have any questions, please be happy to leave me a comment in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate anyone who comes on here and takes the time to watch Gammy's Gone Gray, or Mama. I'm the big mama. It should say Mama Bear Roars. But anyway, this is probably a bad luck charm shirt. This is the sweatshirt I was wearing when I broke my nose. And speaking of the broken nose, how's it looking? Still has some residual, just a little, but I have dark circles under my eyes naturally. Blessing from my mom, God bless her soul. But there is still some little bruising that I've been covering up with makeup. Spoke to the ENT the other day, finally, and they basically said, because I said, what is the reason for me coming in? I heard that you want to do another x-ray. And he said, are you breathing okay? And I said, yes. And he said, was your breathing ever, obstructed once you did the break? And I said, never. I was able to breathe after I cleaned out all the blood, I was able to breathe fine. He said, then there's really no reason for you to come in. Work is calling. I gotta go. God bless. Come back again real soon, and I'll show you working on the Lazy Susan.